I just wanted to show a contrast between all the sort of colourful ones I've shown lately. You know, this is about mood, isn't it? You basically got black and white and greys, and that's it. But it works wonderfully well. You'd say it may be Silent Hill-esque, almost surreal. The fog is nicely done, you know. It looks very simply put together, and it is a simple location. But I think the way he's done those hills and the way he's placed that house between those two hills, you know, it speaks volumes that this creator has not just plonked anything down willy-nilly and decided that's it. They've toyed with this, they've tweaked the lighting, they've adjusted things to make it feel right. And it does feel right. It's got a sense of dread to it when you play it. I mean, that's what these are all about. The reason I only put the creator's name on the screen is because I want you to go to them. I want you to go to their dream site and check out what they've made, rather than if I gave you the name of the level, you might just go to the level and think, yeah, that's good, and then move on. I want you to go to their dreams site and check the rest of the stuff out. That's why I only put the names. That's what the shorts are all about, to highlight those people who would ordinarily be hidden. You know, the big guys get the spotlight all the time. Some of these are equally as stunning to me as some of the big guys. They're just not being noticed and not being promoted. And that's what I want to do with the shorts, you know. This one is basically about scale. I just grabbed it just because it looked big. It's quite a trite and shallow reason to pick it, but I think it proves that Dreams can make open world games, and reasonably detailed ones. Even though some of those assets are reused, they're positioned in such a way that makes it look like they're not reused. It's just amazing how big levels can be. I mean, you've got level linking, you could have caves, you could have a little town hamlet with a doorway and walking through into that. This is how a lot of open world games work anyway. You know, plenty of the old Japanese RPGs, open world games, used to use the same technique, and that was quite acceptable. And still is, as long as the load times are not 15 seconds, and they tend to be within 2 to 3 seconds, sometimes even instant when it comes to Dreams. No problem. I mean, I thought that was a cave. That's why I head towards it. But it wasn't. But it would you could easily put a cave there, couldn't you? But just look. That's why I walked over this far. Just look at the scale of this level. It's just amazing. It's amazing what people are doing. And it's not that you have to think big. That's what I've realised when I'm creating myself. Thinking big isn't easy. I'm a pencil drawer. When I draw, I lay my hand on the paper and I draw in very tiny strokes because I've got a very meticulous mindset. This is a person whose freedom's enough to just imagine this large space. You've got to be able to imagine this large space to be able to express it. That shows freedom of thought. It expresses freedom of thought. And that's why I love it. And this, again with the colour, you see, I've noticed in lots of levels you've got 3 primary colours with shades of those primary colours, and then maybe 2, sometimes 3 highlighted colours. In this case it's yellow, right? But that comes with the asset anyway. You've got blue, you've got purple, and you've got I think it's off-white, or it might actually be yellow. But there's not actually a pick. Talking of colours to pick out, I suppose the white strange weed things are the highlight colour. I think you see it more in the next level than anything else. But that's what I'm noticing. 3 primary colours with shades of those primary colours, and either 2 or 3 colours to highlight, to pick out little points. Like in the Silent Serenity, for instance, if you go through it now, if you look at it, there's red. Red is the highlight colour is chosen for that game, and yellow. But red is picked out by little flowers and the carpet. If you look at it now, he's added more of that into it, and it picks it out, makes it pop. Magnificent. And again here, you'll see it. You just there's the red, there's the yellow, there's the highlight colours. Although this yellow bathes the whole scene, so it gives everything a yellow tint, which brings everything together naturally anyway. No need for the artist to think of the colours. The light itself brings that warmth into the colour. So it's highlighting the grass, it's highlighting this is yellow, there's a bit of yellow in the trees, but it's not there by design, it's there by, well, it is there by design obviously, but it's the colour from the sun itself, the light itself, that's washing everything and making it appear to have that slight yellow hint to it. And there's those reds, those reds that have been picked out, and that white for the lights. You'll see it in everything that comes together really well. You'll see it. 3 primary colours with shades of those primary colours, and 2 or 3 highlight colours. You watch. If you ever, when you're playing a level and you feel it comes together well, just spot it, and I will bet my life on it. 3 primary colours with shades of those colours, and 2 or 3 highlight colours. If you look at Cody Beer's palette, for instance, there's many shades of brown. If you look at it and you isolate it and you look at each one as just as bog standard colour, there are 3 colours there with 2 highlights. It's wonderful. That sky, look at the way they've done that sky. It's so well done. I love the effect they've used for the sky, and I like that as well. I like the habit people are getting into of putting their own clouds up and not relying on the painterly look. I do like the painterly look, but it does intrude a little bit, I think. But look at that for a cloud. I suppose you could have it moving very slightly, only the delicate amount. Maybe it is, I haven't noticed, but it looks painted. And that's what I love about this. Yeah, I go off the beaten track here. I want to see if there's anything hidden. But I do take a little bit of a look at this painterly sky in a moment. Not long. Well, it's not painterly sky, is it? It's actually, well, it is. I don't know. You decide. Look. Look at that for an interesting cloud. Nice. Very well done. Very well done. I love it. And this to finish on. This is the opposite. We've had outdoor spaces that are huge, but I've not seen a cave yet that gives me a sense of scale inside of a cave. Caves tend to be narrow and small, claustrophobic spaces. This isn't a claustrophobic cave. This is a cavern, and it feels like a cavern. It's got that wind sound, it's got drips of water, and he's even put little droplets in the water to show it, you know. It's just that wind. It's wonderful. You must go and experience this space. Seeing it on screen isn't good enough. You must experience it to get the full benefit of it. Look, put a little splash. just a test. That's all this is. I do hope the creator goes on and makes something with this though, because it's worthy of expansion, I think. He's using the text tool for the god rays. The clean, you can tell it's a text tool. So I will wish you fare thee well, toodle pip, au revoir, and all that good stuff. It's as quiet as a butterfly tap dancing.